Hi friends, it's me Stace. For today's video, we are creating a scrapbook layout using the Cricut Design Space. I'm already inside this software in the design area, and I did change my mouse to be a green circle. Hopefully you can follow me along a little bit easier. So inside the design area, the first thing I'm going to do is create a template the same size as my 12 by 12 cardstock. So to do that, let's go to the left-hand side toolbar, and we're going to click on Shapes and a square. I'm going to resize that by going to the very top, and I'm going to change the size of this to be 12 inches by 12 inches. To change the color of that, you'll see the black dot at the very top toolbar. Click on that and change it to be whatever color you like. In my case, I'll be using a dark blue. Now, I'm not able to see the entire piece, so to fix that, you want to go to the bottom left-hand corner of Design Space. You will see the 100% and a minus sign and a plus sign. I'm going to click on the minus sign one time. Now I'm able to see the entire piece. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Now we want to go ahead and add our images or our elements to create our layout. Left-hand side toolbar, we're going to go down and click on Images this time. On the left-hand side under Highlighted Categories, you will see Image Sets. Go ahead and click on those. These are all the image sets or Cricut cartridges that Cricut has. In the top toolbar, we're going to search for that image set by typing in Family Album, and then click on Enter. And you'll see it brings it up here. Go ahead and click on that. This is a cartridge that has a lot of layouts in there, so I really do like this one for looking for layouts. Now we can see we have pieces of layouts as well as full layouts, and you can just scroll to find whatever one you want. If you have one in mind, you can search for it. So at the very top in that search box, I'm going to type in the word movie. This is the layout that I want to use. All right, we can see we have one here, and we have the other one right here. This is the one I want, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and you'll see here there's the other pieces to that layout, but I want the full layout. Bottom right, choose Add to Canvas. All right, so our layout, you can see, does come and group together. We're going to right click on that and choose Ungroup. And we can take the title off. I'm not using that piece, and that piece I'm not using. This piece I want to separate. Now we'll see this piece does have a shadow behind it. I want to keep those two together, so I'm going to highlight both of those pieces. Then right click on that and choose Group. So now when I move one, the other one moves as well. Now I'm going to create my title. Left hand side toolbar, click on Text, and I'm going to type in 2024. Click off, go back to my text box again and click on it, and type in the word of, and then click off. All right, so I have this title and this one. I'm just going to be using the default Cricut Sans font. You can of course change it to whatever font you like. I do want to make these be a tad bit bigger though. Now on both of these pieces, I want to create an offset. So the offset is this shadow. You can see that behind the red piece, we have that shadow layer. I'm going to do the same thing for these text. So to do that, you want to have the piece selected, go to the very top toolbar and choose Offset. You'll see there's a blue box around it that indicates the size of your offset. You can make it be as large as you want or as small as you want. In my case, I'm going to go a tad bit smaller. I think right there looks pretty good. And I'm going to choose Apply. Now if I move this out of the way, this is our offset layer, this is our front layer. On this piece, I want to hide all the holes that are in this piece. So to do that, you want to click on it, go to the bottom right hand corner of Design Space and click on Contour, and then choose Hide All Contours. That's going to hide all these little pieces inside there. So choose Hide All Contours and then click on the X to close that. Do the same for the word of. So have that one selected, go to the very top again, choose Offset. It's already at the same size I used for the one before that, so I'll just go ahead and click Apply. Move that off. Again, you want to go to the bottom right, choose Contour, and I'm going to choose Hide All Contours now as a solid piece. And I'm going to change both of these colors to be white, so I'll highlight both pieces, go to the top toolbar and change them to be a white color. So I'll bring this one on top of that one, and I'll move this one on top of that one. I'll highlight both pieces on this one, right click and choose Group. Do the same for that one, right click and choose Group. So now I can move this one out of the way and this one, and let's bring back our blue piece here. All right, now the other piece I want to change is this one. I want to go back and add text in this box as well. So left hand side toolbar again, click on Text, and I'm going to type the phrase, the year to do more, and then ... Now this text, I do want to have the Cricut draw this out or write this out for me with a pen. So to change this from basic cut or a regular cut, we need to go to the very top toolbar, where the font is. Go ahead and click on that. Go to the far right, you'll see the 3 little lines here. This is the filter. Click on that and change this, or click on writing style. So all the fonts that are here, we are able to use the Cricut pens or the Cricut markers with. I'm going to change it to be a child's ear. You'll see my font change over here. Make that be a little bit smaller. Now on this square, I want to be able to control or change the height and the width by themselves. So to do that, we want to have that piece selected. Go to the top toolbar and unlock the box this time. So I'm able to make it be any size I want. I'll just make it be a little rectangle like this. Oops, well, like that. I'm going to click on that up here. I'll bring my text box in there. Make this be a little bit smaller this way, and maybe a little bit bigger that way. All right, so I'm going to highlight both pieces, my text box as well as that square. Oops, and this piece. Let me move them out of my way. All right, so highlight these 2 pieces. Go to the top toolbar and click on Align. And we're going to choose Align Center. That makes sure everything is centered. And that looks pretty good. Now highlight both again. Right-click and choose Group. We're also going to go back, right-click and choose Attach. Now the difference between a grouping and attaching. Grouping is when you're grouping items together, so when you resize one, they'll all resize. Attaching is what you need to do when you want to have, when you're adding text, that you want to have the Cricut draw or write out for you. By attaching the text to a shape, you're letting Cricut know where to draw that text out. All right, so we have that set. Now we're going to go back in this piece, and I'm going to go ahead and bring my pieces up. So we have the year 2024 will go here. This will go here. And this one's going to go here. Now you can see I have all this empty space down here. So I'm going to do the same thing here and resize just the height without the width. So I'm going to go back to the top under that size, unlock the lock, and I'll just use the arrows or the corners to resize this to make it be a little bit smaller. All right, so I think that right there looks pretty good. Now we have our squares here. I'm going to delete 2 of them, and this one I'm going to resize it. I'm going to go to the top with the square selected and resize this to be 2.25 by 2.25. And what I want to do now is duplicate this 7 more times. So have that piece selected. On the far right toolbar under layers, you will see the plus sign. If you highlight over that, it says duplicate. I'm going to do this 7 times. This way it's going to give me 8 spots for photos. So I'm going to bring these down. And these are just going to be pictures of what I want to do more of in the year 2024, kind of like a vision board. All right, so I think that looks pretty good there. Now we have our stars down here. I think up here we need to also add some stars just to bring the stars up some. So left-hand side toolbar, let's click on Shapes, and we're going to choose either this star or that star. I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to change the color of that to be the same color here. Now this star here does have a top layer and a shadow layer. I'm going to make it be the same as the top color. So I have the star selected, go back up top and click on the black square. Under Material Colors, these are all the colors that we're currently using in our layout. The other ones are random. So I'm going to click on the brighter of the 2 yellows, which is that one right there, and you'll see my star change. So I'm going to bring it up, resize it a little bit, and I'm going to right click on that and choose Duplicate, so I have one on the other side of the text as well. All right, so I think our layout is finished. Now we can remove the blue piece. We were just using it as a sizing reference. We can delete that. And because I made all these squares an even size, like 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, I can use my trimmer to cut those out. So I'm saving time there, so I can delete all those. Now the Cricut will do the rest of the work for us. On the right-hand side toolbar in the upper right, click on Make. And I have my Cricut connected. Just give the Cricut a minute to find that. But we can see here it brings up our matte preview. So matte 1, it tells us it's going to be using the pen for our text here and the basic cut to cut out all these pieces. Matte 2 is the shadow layer of that large piece. Matte 3 is our text. Matte 4 is our stars. Matte 5 is the brighter one, so this is the top layer of the stars, and we have matte 6 here. So to save time as far as loading your mattes, we're going to merge some of these images together. So on matte 6, I can see here this shape has a circle with 3 dots in the center of that. Click on that. It brings up Move Object or Hide Selected. We're going to choose Move Object. Then we have to choose what matte we want it to go on, or a new matte. I'm going to choose mat 2, which is where the other piece of that image is. So I'm going to choose confirm. Now you can see it changed from red to tan because we're on the tan mat. Now this piece I can tell is the top layer because it does have the holes cut out. This is the shadow layer that goes behind it. Let's do the same for the stars. So on mat 4 we have this piece, mat 5 we have those pieces there. So on mat 4, I'm going to click on the stars or that circle, choose move object and change that to the brighter layer and then choose confirm. So now this piece is our top layer, this is our shadow layer, and I want the stars to be the same color as the top. We can see this layer, if we move it over, it fits inside there. So I know this is the top layer of my stars. So I'll bring this star down and this star down and bring that one up. So again, I can just use a piece of yellow here and a piece of yellow there. So I think everything else looks good. So we went from 6 mats to 4. Let's go ahead and choose continue. And as I was said earlier, my Cricut is connected. Just give the Cricut a minute to find it. All right, we are back. So it brings up number 1, set base material, which is what material that you are using. In my case, I'm just going to be using medium cardstock. I always change my pressure from default to more. Now you can see for mat 1, it tells us to load the black pen or whatever color pen you're using and clamp A. Then it's going to cut the image out, then we can unload our mat. The other 3 mats that we have, we went from 6 to 4. The other ones are all just basic cut. But mat 1, you have to put the pen in the clamp A first. I will show you that when we go to the Cricut. I'm going to cut everything else out. We'll go to the table and we'll put the layout together. Okay, here we are at the Cricut. I'm using the Cricut Maker. I'm going to open up my clamp on clamp A, insert my pen, and I'm just using a Cricut fine point. Going to put that in there and just push down till you hear it click, then close the clamp. We're going to load our mat. I have my white cardstock loaded in there. And then once the Cricut head blinks, we'll go ahead and hit start. There we go, let's hit start. So it's first going to draw our text out first, then we'll cut it on that shape. Bring my machine, move that cord out of the way, just kind of hitting on that. You want to make sure you have clear space behind your machine. I'll zoom you in so you can see a drawing or writing. It does write in random spots, so don't be alarmed that it might look funny here. It'll come out all nice when it's done. I'll bring one closer. There we go. So you can see it writes part of the letter here, part of the letter there, but it will come out all together. Okay, it's done. It's drawing. Now it's going to go ahead and cut the shapes out. Okay, it's all finished. I'm going to take my clamp open, take my pen out, close that, and be sure to put the lid back on your marker or your pen, whatever you're using. I'm going to unload my mat, continue on with the rest of the cutting. We'll go to the table and we'll put our layout together. All right, friends, we are back. Now it's time to assemble our layout. So I'm going to first work with this piece here. So we have the shadow layer. Go ahead and adhere that down. And I'm just using my advanced tape glider. We're going to have this go to the top in the center the best we can. Okay, then we have the top layer on top of that one, and that's going to go like that. It's a very simple layout. And I miss doing these styles of layouts. You know, I used to do Project Life, which I love, but I also really do like enjoying this. All right, so now we have our title pieces. So we have the shadow or the offset. Then we have all of our little pieces for that. Let me go ahead and grab my glue and my tweezers. I'm going to first lay them where they're going to go first, then we'll glue them on. So we have 2024. So I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do a layout of, and I thought, you know, I have all these things I want to accomplish or do more of in 2024, so I thought this would be perfect to turn it into a layout, like a vision board. All right, so we have the first two. And I'm using art glitter glue. I just have these little squeezy bottles here to make it a little bit easier. Then I take some cardstock and I just dab it off all the extra. All right, that's going to put that one there. Okay, put that one there. All right, so that's going to go here, then here. Then this is going to go here. I think I'm going to pop this piece up. Let's go ahead and grab our foam squares. And I'm going to use probably 6 on here only because it's really long. And I really wanted to make sure it stays down. Okay, give all them a squish. Take the backing off. I do think it helps. By squishing them, it helps to take that backing off a little bit easier. And I just used colors that were similar in the layout that we've seen inside Design Space software. I often do that. You know, sometimes we get stuck for colors or titles, and this is a really great way to help with that. All right, that's going to go right here. Hopefully that's straight. I really can't tell. And we're just going to go ahead and glue these guys down flat. That one there, and then we'll do more. Another one here. And I already went ahead and did my stars as far as laying them together, but we're also going to pop those guys up as well. I will need my smaller foam squares for those though. I like popping up a few things in layouts, which is nice. We're going to add one more there on the very end, and I'll just give all them a little squish, and we'll work with those in a minute. All right, so now all this is glued on. Now we have our photos. So we have our photo mats first, and I just cut these with my trimmer to be 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I know inside the Design Space I said 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, but my photos were 2 by 2, and I don't have another brown one. Let me just double check. There we go. Okay, so I use the same color here. All right, so for my photos, I used my printer, and I just printed off images that I want to do more of, just like a general idea. All right, so this one is a silhouette of a man and a wife, so that means spend more time with a hubby. All right, there's that one. And then this one is a picture of a Bible. As I said, this is very important to me to read more of the Bible or be in God's Word daily. This would be a good reminder of that. And I just printed these on cardstock. I did not print them on photo paper. All right, then I have another one, time to relax. I think that's really important as well, to learn how to relax. You know, kind of sit still, be still, meditate. All righty, so we have time to relax. Then I have cleaning supplies to keep up with my cleaning routine, or my spring fall cleanings that I need to do every week. So keep up with that one. And then this is a picture of Curology, which is my new skincare, which I talked to you guys about. So keep up with that. That's important, right? Skincare. So I have that one here. Not the best quality photos, but it's okay. Next one, just a text that says enjoy life. You know, to enjoy life, you need to relax a little bit. So I have that one here, Enjoy Life. Oop, then I have another one of my cleaning supplies. That's an extra one. All right, love my grandkids. I'm going to spend more time with them, whether they come up or we go down. We're in Jacksonville, Florida, and they are in Lehigh Acres, Florida, which I think is close to maybe 5.5 hours away. When she travels up, though, it takes her about 70 hours because she has to pull over every few times, you know. All right, the last one I have is menu plan to keep up with that as well. All right, so we have our photos now. It's just a matter of laying them out in no particular order. All right, let's go ahead and do this one first. And I'm going to kind of do my best to get them somewhat straight. Only if I can't go straight, I purposely go crooked, but I do want to, because I have so many, I do want to try to go straight, a little bit straight. So hopefully I'm not going to be too far off. All right, so I'm going to do the ones on this side. Actually, I can't do the ones on this side because I don't know how far I am down. We'll just eyeball it here. Okay, so I'm going to put one there. So did you make any resolutions or plans for the new year? As I said, I normally don't. I don't really do resolutions because I think resolutions they're just going to get broken in my book. So I just make a list of things I want to do more of, or accomplish more, or do less of as well. You know, less of me is less eating to lose weight. Not really less eating, just follow my diet. Should have had that on here, right? Because that was the other one. All right, so I'm going to put this one over here. So I don't have too much white over there. I'll put this one here. And if I'm not perfectly straight, I think the stars will cover that up a little bit. Yes, I can see I'm not straight already from this one. All right, so my things I want to accomplish: spend more time with hubby. You know, like do things outside of the house. I just said that to him. We were out not too long ago, Christmas shopping, and I said, we need to go out more. You know, or just do things outside the house more. Him and I. All right, so hubby and I, my Bible, enjoy life, meal plan, skincare, spend more time with the grandkids, relax, and cleaning. All right, we already gave these guys a squish. Just going to take the backings off. And then we have our two other stars we need to put up top to finish this layout. So you can do any title you want to, any size photo you want to. And I'm not going to add journaling because it's pretty much self-explanatory, because the pictures kind of say what I want to do more of. But I love when the Cricut does my text for me. You know, any style text I want, and it just draws it out perfectly every time. All right, so we have our stars. We're going to bring them down here a little bit, just like that. All right, now we have our two for the top, and I will pop those up as well. All right, so one on the back of this one, and one on the back of this one. And I'm going to give them a squish, take that backing off, and I think I'm going to put them down here next to the word of, only because there's like really not a whole lot going on here. Oops, we don't need that on our layout. Came right back, didn't it? All right, so one there, and we'll do one more right here. And I might go in, I have this little tool that does gems. I might come in and add some gems on these dots. You'll see, if I do that, you'll see that on my website, on my blog. All right, what do you think, my friends? 2024, the year to do more of, right? Very simple, very easy. Anyway, my friends, that is it. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. If you create a layout like this or similar to mine, please share it on my Facebook group. I would love to see it over there, or on my Instagram. And as always, you can see more pictures, or you can see this layout on my blog or my website. I will have a direct link below. But as always, my friends, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.